Swamy.
Mr. Deputy Chairman, I'll begin by pointing out that हिंदी में सारा देश इस टेलीविजन से सुन रही है, तो तमिलनाडु के लोग मुझ पर गुस्सा हो जाएंगे। मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगा। वो यार ठीक है, वो धीरे धीरे आएगा, बट अभी मैं अंग्रेजी में बोलूँगा। और भूपेन यादव ने हिंदी में बोल लिया, अब मेरी बारी है उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए अंग्रेजी में बोलने की। I will begin, Deputy Chairman, by pointing out that on one occasion earlier last week, you had expunged my statement in which I tried to quote the letter of Christian Michel. Today I found to my surprise that the honorable member from the Trinamool Congress quoted that letter. It's on record now. And my good friend Abhishek Singhvi, he also quoted from another letter written by Mr. Hashke. So those letters, please, if I mention it, don't treat me separately and expunge it, because now it is part of the record. Having said that,
We want a smooth debate.
Yes, you mean that if I quote that letter, it will be unsmooth. Yeah, the rule has to be the same for everybody.
You know.
Yeah, I know it.
See, what is important is that the discussion should take place.
I know that,
and
but there is no law that I can't quote a letter, but other members can quote the same letter. Yeah. Now, I had the benefit of listening to other members, and I have noted some of the points, but I will begin by saying that Mr. Singhvi's reply was the usual one that I hear in courts from him. And recently, after arguing against me, he lost in the High Court and then against in the Supreme Court. And I hope to defeat him again in the Patiala Court very soon. But I'm saying that this has got nothing to do with vendetta. This has got nothing to do with the imagination on which we make these allegations. We are at an early stage of prosecution, that is, it's in fact in the investigative stage. And therefore, I would like to make three things very clear. First is, what are the admitted facts, which they cannot deny also. And then out of that, those admitted facts, what is the criminality? And finally, the third part would be, how do we proceed now on the basis of what we know? Where I'll make some suggestions to the government. So first of all, I'd like to say that the facts, admitted facts, are in Parliament questions, answers to Parliament questions. The CAG report laid on the table of the House in 2013, August 13, 2013. The Italian High Court, equivalent of Italian High Court judgment. These are admitted facts. And I'll begin first by saying that, yes, it is true that the NDA had initiated the process for buying 8 new helicopters to replace 6 old helicopters which were purchased in 1988. But the objective was that VVIPs should be able to fly to those remote areas such as Siachen or Northeast, and therefore ought to fly at heights above 6,000 meters and should be out of the range of shoulder rockets. So In Siachen, there are shoulder rocket people in the other side of the border, or whatever it's called, the line of control. And therefore, the helicopter should not be shot down by a shoulder rocket. So it had to be sufficient height, and therefore, the Air Force was of the view that it should be at least 6,000 meters. Now, that was lowered because it was found that this present choice that we have made of AgustaWestland, it cannot fly beyond 4,500 meters.